This is why the 1% owns 97% of the wealth in our population, and why Jim Rohn said you give $1 million to every person in society, end up right back in the same hands. Because when they tell you to look this way, there's always another narrative going on this way. One minute they'll tell you crypto is used for terrorism financing. The next minute they send $1 billion over to Ukraine, over to Hamas for prisoners, and then billions over to Israel. At the same time, the bankers who actually run the ecosystem, they'll say things like cryptocurrency is used for money laundering, it's a fraud, it's a pet rock. And one of my favorite investors, the Oracle Omaha, Warren Buffett, said it's rat poisoning. But let me break down what is happening based on my opinion. So the Oracle of Omaha said that Bitcoin is rat poisoning. But do you realize he's making millions of dollars off the volatility in crypto because he's a huge investor in Nubank? So yeah, maybe he doesn't have it in his portfolio, but he has a company that is a crypto-friendly bank called Nubank. Do your research. So as he tells you it's rat poisoning, he does put his money in a company that is crypto-friendly, is making millions off of these volatile markets. Then Jamie Dimon told you that cryptocurrency is a fraud. You'll get fired if you trade it. At the same time, they were sending up Onyx, their own blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology. And I guarantee they'll be one of the first banks to custody your crypto. Then Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, also on the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum, sat there again in 2017 and told you it's used for money laundering, told you his clients weren't interested at all. It's all speculation. On the back end of 2022, MicroStrategies increased their position in Bitcoin, and by Q1 2023, BlackRock increased their position in MicroStrategies, giving them tons of exposure to Bitcoin. Oh yeah, and Larry Fink last week went from cryptocurrencies a fraud used for money laundering to his clients have extreme interest in cryptocurrency. And he said this, that cryptocurrency is now a flight to safety. So here's exactly what I'm doing. I agree with the Oracle of Omaha. Cryptocurrency is a very speculative asset. That's where the volatility comes from. But when something is very speculative and you have a game plan, you can make a large amount of money off it, not get rich quick. Because if that's your mentality, you're not an intelligent investor, you'll end up like the 99%. So number one is I have an exit plan. As cryptocurrency goes parabolic in 2024 to 2025, I'll be pulling profit on the way up as you come in. I also insure my wealth. They teach you how to insure your life, but I actually insure my wealth with Tier 1 capital. So I use things like Index Universal Life. We also teach people how to secure themselves from market risk with things like FIA. And then I use term insurance to protect my family. So I use Index Universal Life to secure, compound, and grow and to guarantee my principal. I use cryptocurrency as a speculative asset to pull profits and secure in things like insurance, precious metals, real estate we're going into next year. I'm not a real estate expert, but I have experts around me. We're going to be going into apartment complexes vertical. Self-development is my number one thing, and my relationship with God. And did I say precious metals? And business, information, technology, and attention. So I don't know if this will work for you, but it's worked for me and over 7,000 warriors worldwide since 2020. As you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. And they're getting rich on the very thing that they're telling you is a fraud. So know the game so you can't be played. First they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. And then it's too late. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you guys. Remember, I will never proactively DM you. I will never comment about your investments or tell you to contact me. Those are all scammers. I have free resources in my bio. I have number one, a free 16-page guide, completely free, my exact blueprint. I don't know if it'll work for you, but it's worked for me, on how I built my financial freedom and how I'm going to build generational wealth. Number two, they're separate. It's a free one-on-one with my insurance team to teach you how to insure your wealth. You've heard of Index Universal Life, Infinity Banking concept. That's one of the concepts. If you have old 401ks or you're worried about the market volatility, you can secure your money in insurance. They don't teach you this at the banks, but the banks use it. Bank-owned life insurance. Do your research. Tax code 7702. And if you're ready to jump right in and you want education, I do have a paid Warrior Academy, where you can join like-minded individuals all over the world, rising up together. We have multiple calls throughout the week. We have education courses. We have my revolutionary 120-day challenge. I've changed over 7,000 people's lives. And my goal is to help 1 million by 2024, and we will. So I love you guys. So if you just click my bio, you'll see all those resources. I'll see you on the other side.